Hello and good day. I'm Ujjwal Gadaraju from the Web Information Systems Group at TU Delft, and I'm also a director of the Delft Design at Scale AI Lab. Welcome to this lecture on data work, where we will walk you through the fundamentals of using crowdsourcing for high-quality data collection. Artificial intelligence techniques, and machine learning in particular, are drastically changing our lives through technological revolutions across several domains, such as transportation, health, finance, education, and manufacturing. One of the reasons why we've observed the rapid advances in AI and in machine learning in recent times, apart from the obvious computational resources now available, is the fact that we've designed crowd computing methods to harness human intelligence at scale. And this has been happening over the last decade. In the words of Mary Gray and Sid Suri from their wonderful discourse on ghost work, anyone who scrutinizes the shadows of AI will find a new world in which software manages people doing jobs that computers cannot do. It is precisely in this context that the paradox of automation's last mile is relevant and interesting. The last mile is this gap between what a human can do and what a computer can do. The great paradox of automation is that the desire to eliminate human labor always seems to generate new tasks for humans. So how exactly are people helping out in this grand agenda of advancing AI and machine learning by providing human input? Well, the answer to how one can tap into human intelligence and how you can do that at scale is crowdsourcing. The machine learning community was early to embrace crowdsourcing as a tool for quickly and inexpensively obtaining the vast quantities of labeled data needed to train machine learning systems. Crowdsourcing is the act of taking a job traditionally performed by a designated agent, usually an employee, and outsourcing it to an undefined and generally large group of people in the form of an open call. Microtask crowdsourcing has thrived since the early days of Amazon Mechanical Turk, and there are now several platforms that cater to the demand for accessible and cost-effective human input. The paradigm consists of three main groups of actors. Task requesters are the people who are interested in gathering human input on different types of tasks. Crowd workers, on the other hand, are people who are willing to complete such tasks in return for monetary rewards. And well, finally, you have the crowdsourcing platforms who serve as the middle ground facilitating these transactions. Let's take a closer look at the typical workflow in the paid microtask crowdsourcing paradigm. Requesters submit tasks on a crowdsourcing platform. Crowd workers pick and choose tasks that they wish to complete, and on doing so, they can submit them on crowdsourcing platforms. Requesters assess their work and either accept or reject their contributions, following which corresponding payments are sent to workers via the platform again. We've witnessed a continuous influx of people turning towards microtask crowdsourcing around the globe to earn a significant portion of their livelihoods. Now, training data for machine learning requires high-quality ground truth. This is precisely where the need for human intelligence comes to the fore. Let me explain this with a few examples. Human input is required to generate the image annotations that are needed to train computer vision systems. Here's an example of an image that contains different cars on a road. Bounding box tasks, or annotations, are commonly used to acquire high-quality input and train machine learning models to detect such vehicles or other objects in images. Human input is also pivotal in gathering the linguistic annotations needed for common natural language processing tasks, as they're commonly called NLP tasks. The added notations may include transcriptions of all sorts, from phonetic features to discourse structures, part of speech and sense tagging, syntactic analysis, named entity identification, co-reference annotation, so on and so forth. This here is an example of a crowdsourcing task that is gathering labels on whether a given statement is neutral or opinionated. An important NLP task to train models that can detect biases in viewpoints, documents, or news articles. Well, we live in a day and age where fake news and biased perspectives are spreading like wildfire. So these tasks have great societal relevance. Although there are several other domains and tasks where human input is instrumental in shaping machine learning models, Let me leave you with one last example. Collecting relevance judgments is a task where we can ask users how relevant a given document or search result is with respect to a user query. Such judgments are important to better understand user intents, their information needs, and thereby help in optimizing search engines. The example in your screens portrays such a microtask where crowd workers are tasked with determining whether a given document is relevant to the query. And the query here is that of evolution.